Welcome to Let Me Show You How. Today let me show you how to make a sandwich loaf, a white sandwich loaf. For making a white sandwich loaf, we will need 375 grams of bread flour, 225 grams of water, cold water, 25 grams of butter, 11 grams of instant ragi yeast, 15 grams of milk powder, 7 grams of salt, 20 grams of sugar and half egg. Friends, bread making is never done wearing gloves. So make sure your hands are very clean before you start the process. Secondly, as I stay in a warm country, I use cold water in the whole process. But people staying in cold countries may need to use lukewarm water for activating the yeast. Now let us begin the process of making sandwich loaf. Making of bread dough is a bit of laborious and tedious procedure. To avoid the trouble of kneading the dough with hands, I will be using a dough maker. If you do not have a dough maker, you can do this process with your hands also, but the results may not be same. To make the dough, now we add all the ingredients except butter in this bowl. Salt, the half egg, lastly the water. This water is cold. After adding all the ingredients, we start the dough maker to make the dough. To find out whether the dough has been properly developed or not, there is a small test. Take little amount of dough which you have been kneading and try to spread it evenly and see that you can find this gluten window. See, it's not breaking now. It has a very thin window. So this shows that the dough has been properly developed. So this is how the developed dough will look. See, it gets stretched but it won't break. So this is a beautifully developed dough which we will keep in a container to grow double in size. We'll just let this dough rest till the time it becomes double in size. The time required mostly will be about half an hour to 45 minutes. So let's keep this dough till it doubles. Cover this dough with a lid and let it rest for half an hour to 45 minutes. After 30 minutes, you can see that the dough has become more than double. Now we will shape this dough and put it in a bread mold. Let us shape this dough in the shape of sandwich bread. For that, just see how I go. We form a smooth ball. And with the rolling pin, just give it small shape. Now we fold, press, fold again, press, and shape this in form of a sandwich bread. We use a mold and keep this for growing again. This method is called proofing. For proofing, we will store this bread in any closed cabinet for about 30 minutes. At 30 minutes of proofing, you can see that the bread has grown very nicely now. We will just give it egg wash. Okay, I would like to mention one thing here. If someone wants to omit egg from this recipe, you can very well do it and use same amount of milk in place of egg. During giving egg wash also, you can use milk to give the bread milk wash. So this is how we give egg wash to the proofed sandwich loaf before baking. We use the remaining half egg which we kept earlier. Now we put this bread for baking 200 degrees in a preheated oven for about 12 to 14 minutes. You will have to adjust this time and temperature according to your own oven because every oven gives different result. In my oven, it's going to be 14 minutes at 200 degrees centigrade. Our sandwich loaf is now ready after baking. I will be taking out this one in this. We must let it cool for some time before we use it for eating. You can slice this bread with a serrated knife. And this is how it will look like, the wonderful sandwich loaf. Thank you for joining me and watching how to make a sandwich loaf. Do try it. Thanks.